I appreciate you all for cooperating in this investigation.
Of course, Detective, although I think I speak for us all when I say that this whole thing has been rather redundant. We all know it was Mr. Keller, after all.
Yes, I understand your reasoning. However, I thought that the best approach was a more thorough approach, and I'm happy to say that my resolve has not gone unrewarded.
Well, it was all pretty obvious from the start.
What do you mean, officer?
All of us saw him standing next to the body, covered in blood, and holding the knife in his hand, and he has admitted to the crime multiple times now.
For crying out loud, can you just arrest me
This is a
already?
waste of time.
Well, I'd appreciate it if you'd humor me a while longer. First, Mr. Lucas, what is your relation to the deceased?
Well, she was my wife. Ex-wife, technically. The divorce was still pending.
Ah, yes, and how much money would you have lost were Mrs. Lucas alive to win said case?
I'd rather not say.
Moving on, Mr. Terry, what was your relationship to Mrs. Lucas?
I'm the Lucas family chef, sir.
Yes, and would you say that there are a lot of knives in your kitchen?
Well, it's a kitchen, so...
Food for thought. Mr. Livingston, you were the one who found the body, weren't you?
I was. This maniac was standing over the missus' body, holding the bloody knife.
And remind us where you found this body.
In the garden.
And you're the gardener.
Yes.
So the body was found in your garden. Fascinating.
This is outrageous!
Yes, just a moment. Remind us of your name, sir.
I'm just a guy who doesn't want to live anymore, so I thought, what's cooler than dying on death row? So I went into a random house, killed a random person, and here I am. Just put me in jail already.
I'll get back to you. Mr. Jones.
Dr. Jones, please.
Ah, yes, Dr. Jones, of course. You are the family psychologist, are you not?
That I am.
And you're very good at what you do, are you not?
I like to think so.
And you are quite proficient in hypnotherapy, I believe you told me.
Yes, but hypnosis is not.
And so we reach the bitter end of a long investigation. I shall now tell you all exactly how Mrs. Lucas was murdered.
Finally.
Mr. Lucas, you being a very rich and accomplished man, couldn't stand the idea of your wife leaving and making off with all of your hard-earned cash, so you devised a plan to off her before she could win the case.
I did no such thing.
Of course, you couldn't do it yourself, and you didn't want to get any blood on your hardwood floors, so you had Mr. Livingston lure your wife outside while Mr. Terry killed her with a knife from the kitchen.
How dare you?
And then finally, you had your psychologist and revolutionary hypnotherapist, Dr. Jones, hypnotize Mr. Keller into believing that he had murdered your late wife, when in reality he had done no such thing, making him roll around in her blood and stand next to her body while he held the knife in his hand until Officer James and I had arrived on the scene, making him confess that he had killed your wife, when in reality he had not.
Again, that is not how hypnosis works. So, what are you trying to say?
Officer, arrest everyone.
What? You
serious?
must be joking. Except Mr. Keller. He's free to go.
Seriously?